historically in philanthropy, for example, people were really focused on balls and events and dinners and raising all this money and doing it in a very overhead intensive way, right? Overhead cost. What I think that Bitcoin can really help with, to the extent that this can happen, and frankly, technologies like Twitter, is get rid of some of that overhead. I mean, you saw the other night, Elon Musk tweeted out that he was giving $50 million, granted it was fiat, to the St. Jude's Hospital, but he did it right there, boom, on Twitter. And he says, okay, this is what's happening. I'm giving this money to so-and-so. My point being is, I think that you're going to see more of a normalization. And I said this starting in 2019, and we're sitting here in 2021. I think, if we revisit this in 2025, 2030, you're really going to start seeing philanthropy go online. We're really just in 2021 on the cusp of really how digital some of this philanthropy will go. And to your point, it removes a lot of that organizational overhead, a lot of that corruption potentially, and other bad things that go on when there's a lot of money flowing through a lot of these philanthropic organizations.
Yeah, I think the on-ramps and off-ramps to it could be strengthened so that you can verify that you're sending your funds to the right person, because Bitcoin addresses are pseudonymous. I had this experience really recently, actually. We're getting a lot of media at Bitcoin Magazine from El Salvador. And we posted a video of a man who was selling pastries. And he had, of course, a piece of paper with his Lightning address on it. So he screenshotted the video, and brightened his address and posted it. And people started sending him money immediately. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think I saw that. That's pretty amazing. Yeah.
It was amazing. I tried it myself, it works, but there was also at the same time a lot of, and rightfully so, a lot of commentary about, hey, we trust the organization Bitcoin Magazine, but we shouldn't have to. Like, we don't want to have to trust you guys that you didn't just post some own address. And I was like, that's a fair point. I don't, there needs to be some
ideally, I don't want anyone to trust me either, right? Because eventually, basically, I've always said too, with Twitter philanthropy, to the extent that it's dependent on me, it's never successful. So that's why I've been really focused on generating a movement where it inspires other people to give. And we've been able to do that. But to your point, I think that Bitcoin in many ways is nothingness. And it's beautiful in the sense that it removes, whether it's philanthropic organizations or Twitter philanthropists like me or whatever, right? Eventually, hopefully it becomes so seamless that you don't need all of these human beings doing all of this, when you can maybe use technology for assisting their need. I don't know if that makes sense, but you for example, mentioned about the pastry. It's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Somebody posted, boom, you hit them up with it. I mean, you'd never be able to do that anywhere else. And now what is he going to do with that capital? He's going to go and he's going to take that capital and he's going to reinvest, right? And ideally, or, use it to do something, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to have all kinds of ripple effects.
Yeah.
Yep.